Are you ready?
I'm a lady.
And welcome to Idol Days, the show about idol anime. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Star.
And you know how normally, Star, we talk about an idol anime that's mostly idols and they do a little bit of sports?
I know that some of the shows we've done have been like that.
Well, this is a show where there's girls who do sports and there's a little bit of idol.
Oh, so it's Uma Musume again.
It's Uma Musume again.
We're talking about Uma Musume again. Sarah just can't get enough of those cute horse girls. Welcome to Uma Musume again.
Part 2, but this time they are on ice.
Oh.
Horses on ice.
That seems dangerous.
And by horses, I mean they are not horses, they are girls. But they're on ice. We're talking about Pura Ore, or Pride of Orange.
Idols on ice.
Idols on ice. So, for those of you who don't know, Pride of Orange, the show we are reviewing today, or talking about today, was originally announced as the first all-girls hockey anime.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the PBs started coming out, and all of a sudden there were idol dances, and people were like, wait, is this an idol show?
I know nothing about this show aside from their idols, but hockey? Or I guess more accurately, they're hockey, but also idols?
So the way you talked about Uma Musume Part 2 is actually pretty accurate to the way the idols work in the series, which is if they win the hockey, they do an idol.
Is that it?
That's it.
So I full disclosure, I saw a TikTok about this anime just randomly popped up on my For You page like months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And what they said in that video is that like when they win the hockey game, they do an idol dance on the ice. And the guy specifically brought up that no other teams do this.
Nope.
It is just these girls, when they win, they get back on the ice and do an idol dance to dunk on the other team.
Yes, they do. And it's amazing.
How are we just shoehorning idols in now as if it's like paprika that you sprinkle on top of your deviled eggs?
The reason they put idols into this show is because the producers were like, this is a show that we really want Sarah from Idol Days to listen to and watch. And we know that she can only review idol shows, so let's put some idols in. And that's why it's like that. It's for me.
Amazing. So do I take this to mean that you loved this?
I loved this show, Star.
I'm so glad. So Sarah, before we get into it, I have some questions.
Yes.
Is this a Bushiroad?
It is not a Bushiroad, surprisingly. So
because you sent me so a little peek behind the curtains. Whenever Sarah and I do an individual episode where like the other person hasn't seen the show, we'll usually send each other a bunch of reference pictures and images just to get the idea of the vibes before we record. I am looking at these characters. They look like such a Love Live knockoff.
They do look like a Love Live, and honestly, we'll get into the character descriptions, but they kind of are. But that's okay, because we love them.
Oh no. Because, like, I'm looking at this lineup. We've got the Honoka. She's got the orange hair, the side ponytail. The eyes and faces look so much like Love Live. You've got the green one who looks fucking exactly like Hanayo.
She's also Yo.
Hanayo!
Hanayo.
You've got the Umi, the one with the blue hair, who's kind of cool. She's like doing a thing in this picture where she's like dramatically touching the side of her head. You've got one that she's like the purple one, but her hair is kind of tealy and she has a side little thing and she kind of reminds me of Yohane, but if she was like just cute and not an edgelord, she might be an edgelord. I don't know. These look, and then you've got like the spunky yellow one who's definitely Rin if she bleached her hair.
This is accurate.
I mean, these are Love Lives if they learn sports.
Yes, they are Love Lives that know sports, and their personalities are exactly what you said.
Oh, I'm so glad!
It made it so much easier to know who everyone was.
I love it when my stereotypes are correct.
Tip for watching Pride of Orange: watch Love Live and Love Live Sunshine first. It makes so much more sense.
Amazing.
So, yeah, it's not a Bushiroad. It is another one of those, like, multimedia projects, right?
I fucking knew it.
So, the weird thing about this one is the anime came out first, but it came out during the whole pandemic situation. So, all of their plans about simultaneously having the anime and then concerts and then the game come out at the same time didn't really happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right now, as I'm recording, there's just the anime, and like the main cast has like a 2-song like LP. That's it, just 2 songs on an LP.
Something tells, like, I'm just getting short-lived idols franchise vibes off of this. Would you say that is probably correct?
Yes and no. So the interesting thing is there is a game. It's a mobile game that's coming out, and it's still in pre-reg. So it's still planning on coming out. For right now, I feel like we're currently at the not even existing idol franchise, or barely birthed into the world. So we'll see how the game launch goes.
Yeah, I feel like having a big separation between when your anime comes out and when your game comes out, people are gonna lose the hype. And this,
Yeah.
I feel like the writing is on the wall for the series as far as like further continuation.
Yeah, that makes sense, especially because of that big gap. So, interesting things also about just the show in general. So, the screenwriter for the anime, the person who wrote most of the episodes, is the same person who wrote Original Idolmaster and Wake Up Girls.
What? Wait. Idolmaster and Wake Up Girls were written by the same person?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
What?
So, yeah.
What happened?
Toko Machida. Yeah.
What happened?
To be fair, they both kind of... Idolmaster was very episodic, and Wake Up Girls was like a next pass at like becoming less episodic. And then she's done a whole lot since Wake Up Girls too. But I was just like, oh, look at that idol writer.
Literally, the writing is on the wall.
Writing is on the wall. Another thing that's interesting, it doesn't really explain the idol bit, but it does explain the girls hockey anime thing. Is the executive producer of the show. He went to school with like the current owner of a Japanese ice hockey team called what's it called? Ice Bucks, the Nico Ice Bucks.
Nico Ice!
Nico. But all of the branding for the girls' team, which is the Dream Monkeys, is basically the Ice Bucks branding, but like same colors, just replace the words.
Excellent. Let me copy your homework, sure, but change it enough so you don't get a copyright strike.
Yeah, but then also it's probably... That's the other thing where I'm like, I'm not sure what's going to happen with it, because now that the city of Nikko is going hard on promoting the anime because it's helping their tourism. So who knows? When you have Nikko behind you, what'll happen?
Nico, hockey! Should have done that one first.
There you go. So we already kind of talked about the girls, so I'll go over it briefly.
Tell me what their real names are, please.
I'll tell you their real names. So Hanuka/Chica Love Live. So orange hair, spunky one, the orangey red one. Her name is Monica. But people call her Mana. She is Hanuka/Chica Love Live.
Yep.
The happy one everyone loves and follows.
Cross off the Genki orange leader.
And then her sister is Ayaka. She's the one that looks like Yohane Love Live. And she is what you thought she would be, which is Yohane if she wasn't a Chuuni.
They took out the Chuuni?
She's not a Chuuni. She's
just a generic anime girl then.
Well, she's kind of like the bratty little sister type, but like not as like... She's not like... Nico, right?
She's lukewarm.
She's lukewarm Nico.
She's the coward's Nico.
She's like a mix between like if you took Yohane and like Ui, the sister from K-On! It's kind of like that. Yeah.
So the good girl sister for people who are cowards.
The good girl sister for people who are cowards.
Got it.
And also from that friend group is Kaoruko, or Cow, they call her. And she is the tall one with the pink hair.
Okay.
She's pretty laid back. Her personality is she just kind of like follows behind everyone and goes along other things, but everyone like she's the reliable one.
Oh, so she's the Coterie.
She's a little bit of the coterie, but like not as like I'll do whatever you say, and more of like, yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, she was throwing me off because the hair color is different.
She's like a mix between Kotori and going back to K-On! Mugi.
We gotta do that fucking K-On! episode.
We do gotta do a K-On! episode. And then there's Mommy. She is the Hanayo / Yo love life.
Rip to anyone who's listening to this who hasn't heard of or listened to our Love Live episodes.
And if you haven't, you can go back and listen to them, and you'll be so confused because we go chaotic.
Our Love Live episodes are some of the most chaotic shit we've ever recorded. We went on a whole thing when we watched the Muse movie about the characters getting raptured at the end. Like, what the fuck were we on?
Yep. So, her personality, maybe less Hanayo, so she's probably more of the Kotori / Yo love life. So she's basically Monika's best friend. She's very quiet. She, Kao, Aya, and Mana are all in the same junior high school together at the start of the anime. And they're all in the handicrafts club, so they all just do embroidery. And then she's the one who's like great at embroidery, is really quiet. Is like Monica says, let's do something. And she's like, okay, let's go do it. Another interesting thing about Mommy is her voice actor is the same as Nanase from Wake Up Girls.
Yo!
Yeah, more Love Live, or more iDOL.
Live, all is Love Live.
No, actually, and some of the other girls are Nijigasaki voice actors. We just have not seen Nijigasaki yet. Yep. So
coming this summer.
Coming this summer.
Coming this summer. Summer of Love Live 3. Ticket pays for the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
So those four are in like the original starting friend group. Then we have a duo. We are gonna have Riko. So she is Rin Love Live if she bleached her hair.
Okay.
She has short, scruffy, blonde hair. She's very cheerful and she's sporty.
That's going to confuse me because she has the name of a different Love Live.
Yes, she does. And it'll get more confusing to everyone else later.
Oh no. What's going to happen?
Her best friend is Naomi, aka Now. She is Riko's best friend. Like they grew up together, also childhood friends. She's like really quiet and kind of like standoffish, like the type who like might be like seem like mean or snobby, but like she's cool with her friends.
Is she like more of a kudere type?
No,
like...
not really. She doesn't really fit into any of. I tried to think of a stereotype, but I couldn't quite think of it. She's just like a little like stay at a distance.
Oh, so she's me.
Yeah, she's a little you.
And so, what does she look like? Is she the red one?
So, Now is, she's the one with the black bob. So she has a short black bob and she has bangs. In some of the official art, she has brown hair, but in the anime, she has black hair.
Ah, so that one guy from Idolmaster Sidem problem. When he dresses as an idol, his hair changes color, and it drives me fucking crazy!
Yes, her image color is pink, though.
She kind of gives me Daya, but with shorter hair vibes.
Not quite Daya either. She's one of the ones that was a little harder to place for me, as far as having a direct comparison.
Okay, so then, so she's technically the pink one, even though her color in this, like, her idol outfit is more reddish?
Yes, she's technically the pink one.
It's like light red, which I guess is pink, but it's like, it's not so light red that you would call it pink?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's more of a salmon pink, and Cow is more of a pink, if it helps.
This is gonna be fucking...
And then the character we meet meet last is not part of any childhood friend groups, but she is the blue one. She is you. Her personality is the blue one. So very serious, straightforward. One of the people who at first doesn't have connections is kind of like, I will never have friends, but then, you know.
Oh, so she's edgy.
Meets the team. Yeah. The edgy blue one.
The Chihaya.
Chihaya. Basically.
I have 3 Chihayas.
Chihayumi.
How many Chihayas does you have? You Chihaya?
You Chihaya.
Me Chihaya. We Chihaya. We Sports Chihaya.
We Sports Chihaya.
Sports! Brought it back.
Sports!
Is there hockey in Wii Sports? Probably not.
There could be a whole idol hockey in Wii Sports if they wanted to.
If they wanted to, let me dance in Wii Sports. Listen, I know the Wii was like 2 consoles ago, but give me what I want, Nintendo.
Give me idol Wii Sports.
Give me Nintendo, come on! I feel like game designers in general are missing out on such a huge market by not just making like idol and K-pop Just Dance.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like,
agreed.
At least let me download mods for, I would pay out the nose for fucking Idol Dance DLC in my Just Dance games.
Hear me out, not even Just Dance. Wouldn't it be fun to have a You Are a WOTA game? Where you're not even doing the idol dances, you're just woting with your little, like,
Well, that exists.
Wait, really?
There's an Idolmaster VR game.
Oh, I didn't know you woted in it.
No, yeah, that's like the whole thing. Like you hold the little controllers and they're like little WOTA sticks, and you can like download DLC for different songs.
I want the one that goes hard and you have to like do good with the voting.
Yeah, I don't think this one has a rating system. It's really just like a concert experience type thing, but like you can hold the little sticks.
No, I want a rating thing. I want to be like, how on the beat are you? Can you roll the sticks at the right time and clap? You know,
well,
that's what I want.
Surely we can petition Namco.
There we go.
Hey, Bandai Namco, we have a podcast and we've got some proposals for new video games.
You know what you have? But we want that, but we want you to go hard.
Go fucking... I will pay... This will be my Dark Souls. The Idol WOTA game will be my Dark Souls. I want there to be lore in my Idol WOTA game.
Like, I want it to be basically like Paradise, but like, you're pretending you're a WOTA. So like, you're moving your hands a lot. Can
we contact the company that makes Paradise?
Yes, we should.
I'm just typing up the email now.
Dear Mr. Executive.
Dear Mr. Video Games. I would like this video game, please.
Please. So those 7 girls are the main hockey girls that we'll talk about. But there are more hockey girls.
I'm so ready.
And just like other games or other shows we talk about with a lot of characters, I'm not gonna talk about them because then it'd be too many.
Too many. Just out of curiosity, like, give me an estimate up front. How many extra hockey girls are we gonna be adding into this smoothie?
Well, most of them are like, they come and give a word of advice, right? So there are the 7 of them, and then I think there are 6 more on the Dream Monkeys team. And then there's all the other teams that they fight.
So there's other members of their hockey team that just don't get to be in the idol dance?
Well, yes, but we'll get there.
Oh, man. Oh, geez. I feel like you're going to take me on a journey and I'm ready.
Yes, it's wonderful. And so those are the girls. Those are the hockey girls. But there are 2 other characters that are somewhat important. The first one is their coach. Her name is Yoko.
Is she the hot one?
She's amazing. She's like as if the president from Wake Up Girls was competent.
Oh.
Right?
Twist.
She's like very outgoing, says horrible puns, like comes up with these wacky ideas, but like is actually good at it.
Amazing.
She's
Love
wonderful.
The energy.
Yes, she's powerful. Honestly though, Star, I feel like she's more you than any of the girls. She's great.
I love her already. And also the picture you sent me, she's attractive, and she's wearing a turtleneck, so like I'm into it.
I can't believe you're gonna cosplay the coach from the hockey anime, Star.
I have to listen. Okay, we're skipping ahead. Which hockey idol are you cosplaying? And then you get to take a hockey stick through a security check at conventions.
I don't even know. I love all the hockey girls. I guess I could be Monica just because I don't think I could convince anyone else to cosplay with me. Might as well be the main character.
This coach outfit looks very easy to put together. She's literally just wearing... I have red pants already.
Hey.
So, like, just, like, black turtleneck I kind of have already. Like, I already own most of this outfit. Let's fucking go!
Let's go! And then the other character that is part of staff is Sato. He's the assistant coach to Yoko.
He looks like a fucking high school football player coach.
Yeah, he's like the normal one.
He's the normal one.
So like with the general idea of the comedy routine, which is the coach and assistant coach, is Yoko goes crazy and has all these weird ideas, and Sato's like, let me see how possible that is.
I feel like in this podcast, you and I almost switch that role every couple of episodes.
We're both the Yokos.
Because, like, I feel like I'm chaotic until you walk into the room, and then by proximity to you, I become the straight man of the comedy duo.
Hey. I'm walking here.
I'm walking in. Hey, yo, where's my hockey idols at? Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Or whatever.
Episode 1, the series opens, and there's like a little text that comes across the screen, and it says, World Cup of Hockey, Japan versus Canada, and there's 4 points on the board. Both teams have 4 points, and we're in period 3. Hockey has 3 periods, by the way. I had to look this up, so it's the end of the game.
Thanks for teaching us about sports, Sarah.
Yeah, I watched this for the cute girls, not the hockey. Sorry, all the hockey fans out there.
The only thing I know about hockey is what is from the webcomic Check Please.
Hey, me too. My knowledge of hockey is Check Please, and then like I went to I grew up in Central Florida. I went to a Solar Bears match back when they existed.
Solar Bears?
They don't exist anymore for reasons, which is Central Florida shouldn't have a hockey team.
I have Solar Bears?
It's a good name, right?
I remember I went to a hockey game with friend Lizzie, who has been mentioned casually on this podcast before, and the only thing I took from it was during the waiting period, they had a giant inflatable hamburger blimp that floated around above the hockey the hockey arena. It floated around and like was advertising some kind of burger related thing, but I couldn't focus on the ad because it was a giant burger blimp and it was very cool, and we were just like, oh my god, it's the burger has come, the hockey burger is here. That's all I know about hockey.
And then a bunch of iDOL girls came out and they started singing I Like Hamburger.
God, I fucking wish. I fucking wish that's what hockey was. Oh, the I Like Hamburger Idolmaster song already includes dancing on, like, doing the Charleston and roller skates.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that on the ice. I can already feel the concussion working its way through the back of my head.
So during this match, like you see like teamwork between all the girls, and like each of them like shout the other's name and they pass the puck together. And then right before the last second on period 3, all of them in their hearts and souls say, the bonds of our hearts connect the puck. And then they score.
Oh.
And then
the power of friendship makes you good at sports.
And then it cuts to our first title song.
Yay! Starting off bright and early.
Yes, immediately.
Love it.
Their subgroup is called Smile Princess.
Subgroup?
Yes, they go on stage. They're like straight up like cute military style like idol uniforms, like a little sash in their image color, a little beret. And they're like doing like this funky choreography where like they're like mimicking like swinging hockey sticks during it. Like almost all the songs have to do with hockey. It's so good.
God bless. Although, Sarah, I did just re-unlock a core memory.
Oh no.
Because I actually have done idol dances at a hockey rink before.
Oh no.
So there's peeling back the curtain a little bit. There is a event that has been happening in Austin for a couple years. It's called Anime on Ice, that is held at the local Chaparral Ice in Austin, Texas.
Ooh, fancy.
And I don't think they've done it since pre-COVID, but it got popular when Yuri on Ice became a thing. And now they just kind of do it like, I don't know if it's yearly or if it's every couple months, because I was gone I was out of the country most of the time that it was happening. I did vend there once. And then right before I left for Japan, when I was still with that dance cover group, I did do like, we were like, less of a halftime and more like they put a slab of they put like a little wooden stage on the ice, and so people would like skate around us as we like did. It wasn't just us, there were a couple other performers there, but we were there to entertain the skaters and do anime related idol dances. And it was a Love Live song that we did. I just remembered that.
And then scene zooms out. You see the director of Pura watching this performance on his laptop, being like, "Let me make a show. You did this.
Are you serious?
It was you, Star. You made this happen.
Oh no! Oh god!
You created this show."
I can't believe. I cannot believe.
So
fucking incredible, actually.
So they do their Texas Idol performance, and then it cuts.
Ye fucking ha.
Ye fucking ha. It cuts to a summer day, and not Hanukkah, not Chica running into a club room. And inside you see that, by that I mean Monica. Sorry. So Monica running into a club room. Inside you see Aya, Mommy, and Cow, and they are all doing embroidery.
Mm-hmm. Because
apparently this is what they did before they did hockey and idols, is they did embroidery together.
Okay, I'm into it.
Yes. And it's just kind of setting the scene, like they're in like just, you know, home ec kind of stuff. None of them do sports. It's summer. You also get a scene of them going to Monica's grandmother's inn. So
the orange character's family owns a traditional Japanese inn. Hi, Chica Love Live.
Chica Love Live is here.
Hi.
It makes it so easy to know what their personalities are. I love them.
This almost feels like plagiarism.
Right? But here's the thing. There's barely any idols in this. I'm sorry, everyone. This is mostly hockey.
So many of the shows that we've covered recently is like barely any idols. What is our podcast?
Chaos.
Because we did Vivi, which was like not really an idol show, but it had singing in it. Now we're doing the Hockey Idols show, which is barely idols.
Yep.
And
Yep. But it is Chica Love Live. So at the Ryokon, Cow and Mommy also go there, so they all like are hanging out together in the hot springs. And then Monica's like, "Hey, I know it's summer, but look at this flyer I found for, hey, learn how to do ice hockey, free trial lesson." And like it really is just straight up like, I found a flyer. And it's like, well, this is a segue.
They're not even playing like the games of casually have the idea. It's just like, hey, welcome to the anime. I just found this.
Yep. Let's go do hockey now.
Woo!
So all of them are like, well, Monica always wraps us into these crazy projects, but they always end up being fun. So let's just do it for the experience. Why not?
My God.
Why not? So during all of this, like when everyone's being like, oh yeah, sure, why not, let's go, Mommy specifically is a little more hesitant. Like there's those shots of like her just like looking down like she's thinking about something, and you're like, I wonder what's going on with Mommy. Maybe she doesn't like hockey.
Does she have hockey related trauma? Perhaps?
No, but we'll find out soon enough what's going on with Mommy.
Okay. Mommy is the green shy one.
Yes, she's the Kotori, kind of.
Got it.
So then we cut to the girls, and they are going to the ice arena, which visually is the same as the Nico men's ice hockey team's ice arena. Hence the whole, let's tie in all the branding we can there.
Branding.
So a real ice arena you can go to if you go to Nico, Japan.
Ew.
So they go inside the arena, and that's where you meet Yoko. She is who she is, which is a very energetic, like, there are girls here, they're gonna love hockey, I'm gonna make them like hockey so much that they're gonna want to come back for the next session, and after that I'll do this, and after that I'll do this, and then we're gonna make hockey the most popular sport in the whole world. And then Sato's like, let's just do the one trial lesson first.
And these are the coaches?
Yes, they are the coaches.
Excellent.
So they go in the back and they all put on like their exercise uniforms, which are just the ones from their school right now. And in the back, we meet two more girls, which is Rico, who is the one with the yellow hair, spunky, sporty girl. And now the one with the black bob, who is kind of standoffish. And
The pinkish red one.
the salmon pink one, just like
Salmon pink.
Mina. Yeah.
Mina.
That's going back to the Budokan anime.
Which was like
Forever
I think
ago.
our third episode ever.
So long ago.
Very, very long ago. Back in the Halcyon days.
Back before we knew the secret of iDOL Illuminati.
Da-da-da.
You also find out somewhere along here that Yoko, their coach, used to play for the Dream Monkeys, but now she's coaching. But she used to also be a hockey star. And back in the day, they used to do this thing called the Victory Dance. And now that she has a team full of girls, maybe that dream is once again possible. But you don't know any more of what that is, but you can get an idea of what that is.
The mysterious victory dance.
So Yoko leads the 6 girls in stretches. So like they do normal stretches, and then all of a sudden Yoko's like, okay, and here's the last stretch, and she starts doing like a 1-2 shuffle, and the girls are like, this is a weird stretch. It feels like dancing.
Is it like the idol step?
Yeah, it's the idol step.
Amazing.
So they start doing the little idol step, and Yoko's like, yep, we're stretching. But the whole time they're like, okay, weird stretch, but sure. Weird flex, but okay. And then they go and they put on temporary uniforms and they get on the ice.
Yeah, excellent.
So all the girls, because they do live in an area that's towards the north, all of them had been skating before. It's not like it's the first time any of them have been on ice. So they at least can do the skating good, but like once they get the sticks in their hands, they struggle a little bit more. And the uniforms, they have the padding, so they're a little heavy, and the helmets are heavy, but they manage. And at some point, they all stand in a circle and they just pass the puck back and forth. And then at one point, Monica like passes the puck like really hard towards Mommy. And Mommy like reaches out and stops it, and like the second the puck makes contact, it like cuts to her eyes getting wide, like, oh shit, this is amazing. So that's Mommy falling in love with hockey because she caught a puck.
Good girl.
Good girl. So all of them have fun. That was their first practice. The 4 girls who were already friends seemed to get along with Rico and Now, so everyone had a good time, and the 4 main girls walk home together. And like as they're walking into the sunset, like Mommy stops and the other girls turn around and be like, hey Mommy, what's up? And then Mommy's like, this was the most fun I've had in a long time.
Aww.
And I love embroidery, and I love the embroidery club because of the sense of personal accomplishment I get from like making something and finishing it. But this gave me a different sense of accomplishment because it's like we were making something, but I was making it together with my friends and not by myself. And she's like, if it's okay with you guys, I'd like to come to hockey next week.
Oh.
And then all the other girls are like, heck yeah, we were thinking the same thing. More hockey.
When I did the aw thing, Milo did it too.
Oh no, I hope that picked up.
Milo in the background just went, wow.
The cat.
Oh, yeah, just like very briefly, fun little behind the scenes thing. My new kitten Milo, who I got right before Christmas, named her Milo because the animal shelter said she was a boy, and then we went to the vet last week and turns out she is a girl.
Which is good because she can do the idol dances with the hockey girls.
Well, I'm just gonna sit here and scritch my kitten, and I'm ready for you to tell me more about idol anime, by the way, Sarah.
So post credits. So credits run. And actually, this is the first time you see the credits. Interesting thing, first episode, the credits are actually the OP. So you do actually get the OP in episode 1. It's just at the end.
Nice.
It is done by Smile Princess. So it is the main cast of girls. It is Fight, Oh Fight, Do Do. like peppy, but again, very clearly about hockey. But also an idol song. It's enjoyable. But post the opening / credits, you get a really quick scene of you. So a girl, you have no idea who she is yet, except that you've seen her in those credits you just saw. And she has the long blue-black hair, and she's wearing a white hockey uniform. So not the Dream Monkeys orange uniforms. And she's upset and crying and like walking like not on the ice part of the arena, so like marching with her ice skates and their protectors, and upset, gritted teeth. You're like, oh, something's going on.
Oh, drama, drama, drama.
And episode 2. So episode 2 starts with Now and Rico talking, and this is when you get a little bit of their backstory, where Now is like, I don't know if I want to do hockey, whatever. It was a one-time thing. But Rico's like, come on, let's do sports. It'd be so much fun together. And Now's like, I don't want to have to deal with other girls. But Rico's like, I'll only do it if you do it, sort of thing. So you're like, well, there's a bond there.
Speaking of bonds, should I mark this as a Sarah ship or?
Yes, please do. Please put that on the calendar.
I had a fucking feeling.
Yeah, well, please write it down. And I mean, we haven't even gotten there yet, but well, you know that the blue one and the orange one are in love, right?
Oh, well, they always are.
They always are. So then you get the OP, but you know it's the OP this time because of where it is in the show.
Yes.
And we get back into the Rico and Now conversation, where you learn that both Rico and Now used to play ice hockey together when they were like in elementary school. But at some point, Now decided to quit and do figure skating. But then eventually quit doing figure skating, so she hasn't been on the ice in a while. Rico continued doing hockey for a little bit after Now, but once Now quit, she's like, yeah, it wasn't fun anymore, so she quit too. And
they have a past.
They have a past with ice.
Ice past.
Ice past. But then they decided to do this random trial thing, and they had fun, and Rico's like, please, let's just do something together again. Let's do this old hockey thing. And Now gives in. So it's like, oh, looks like they might be back for their second thing too.
Dun, 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 dun.
Meanwhile, the other group of 4, they're all at the RioCon, and Monica's grandma comes in and she's like, hey, big news, there's a TV crew coming to do like a little segment about the RioCon and local things, right? So why don't you like put on your kimono and we'll show them around, and they'll probably be really happy to have some younger kids here, not just grandma, right? And then the film crew comes in, and Mana and Aya are there, and they're all dressed up, but then so are Cow and Mommy, because they're like, we don't want to be missing out on this.
Yeah, we'll help advertise your in.
We want to be on TV.
Look at us, we're cute girls.
Yeah.
Come stay at our hotel. We're cute.
Yeah. So they all do really good on camera. Hence, like, this can kind of be an idol thing, right? Like, they'll get interviewed and they're like, oh, yeah, yep, this is so interesting. They go around the RioCon and, like, the film crew is, like, absolutely charmed by these girls.
They have high charisma.
They have a very good charisma. And at the end, they're like, hey, you know what would also be great is if you filmed our hockey practice. And the camera crew are like, sure, we love you girls. We'll go film your hockey practice.
Amazing that they just go along with it. I love it.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think it's more of like the crew was like, yeah, we're gonna go film at this, like, we're gonna be filming around the city. So if you want to help us out, you can. And they're like, well, we would go, but we have hockey practice, so you should film us instead there.
Shh. Advertise the hockey arena, wink.
Hey, but they're not officially joined yet. This is like the second trial class. They just love it so much. So basically, if the film crew gets in touch with the hockey arena, so Yoko knows the film crew's coming for this next weekend practice. So when the girls and the film crew get there the next weekend, Yoko is like, she has like comically bad, like over-exaggerated makeup, you know? Like blue eyeshadow, big eyelashes, like shiny, like the little shines on her face and glowing lips, and is wearing like a 90s pantsuit. And everyone's like, yep, she's just ready for TV.
Boss, you posted cringe.
She's trying her best. But she gets interviewed by the TV crew about her role as the coach. This is actually where you learn that she was on the Dream Monkeys back when the Dream Monkeys were really, really good, and they were in the All Japan Championship, right? But you know, she's still herself, so she's just a little bit exaggerated, a little bit goofy. They film them doing their stretches and their little idol step. The film crew's like, this is a weird stretch, but okay.
Idol step is very important to hockey.
It's so important. Also, all the time during this, so this is the second time Yoko's seen the girls, and she keeps looking at Riko, being like, she looks familiar, but I don't know where. A mystery.
A mystery that we will uncover later, I'm sure.
Uncover later.
Dropping plot hooks into my anime, more likely than you think.
So they do their second training practice. So this is one where they were focusing more on speed. So they were more like racing each other rather than using the pucks to pass. Specifically, Aya has a little bit of trouble with the speed. She lags behind other people. And there's a point where she almost falls, but Riko picks her up and catches her. And like during this moment, like Yoko like has a flashback and she's like, oh, I know where Riko is from, which is Riko's dad apparently was a former player for the Dream Monkeys and was on the team at the same time as Yoko. So they were teammates. Yes.
So it was a co-ed team?
Apparently. In this fictional...
Very forward thinking of these idol animes.
Fictional universe. In real life, I think Japan's pro teams are all male. So, womp womp. No idols there yet.
No. Listen. There's a potential for Geidels. Give me Geidel hockey.
Yeah. So, we can just combine Yuri on Ice.
Yuri on Idolus.
They can help the dances.
There you go.
So because Riko catches Aya, like the two friend groups kind of bond, like, hey, thanks for catching my sister / my friend. And then Riko and now are like, yeah, no problem. And now it's like, yeah, Riko always catches me when I fall. She's just that type of reliable, cool, sporty person.
So reliable.
So they all are happy. And the director's like, good work. You did good being filmed today. And also, would you like to come back again? And the girls are like, heck yeah. And then like the director's like moved to tears, like Yoko. She's like, I'm so happy they're coming back again.
Thank you for enriching my life, hockey girls. I will have you.
On the way home, they were like, hey, you know what? There's 6 of us and hockey teams have 6 people. I wonder if this means we could form a team together.
An idol team!
But then you get a look, then Mommy gives that same look from last episode where she looks down and you're like, what is going on?
What's going on, green one?
But you find out right away because then we cut to that night and Mana is like in her bedroom and she gets a call from Mommy who is like, hey, Monica, it's been really hard for me to say this, but I can't join the team because I'm transferring schools.
Oh no! Where's she going?
Well, we'll find out. You get the ending music, and the interesting thing about the ending, which is another reason why I feel like the anime was put out a little premature, is it's not by the idol group. It's just a random Japanese artist.
What? Which
is like very unusual for most shows that have their own like voice cast that is meant to be singers.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, so not sure why they put it. Like, if they didn't have enough content, maybe they should have waited, but
maybe
sure.
They should have waited a little bit. Jeez.
Yep.
These hockey girls were rushed, maybe, methinks.
Very possibly.
Because, like, the game wasn't done. The ending wasn't done.
Yeah, there's only 2 official songs out.
These hockey girls maybe got a little bit too excited.
Yep.
And I feel like this is going to be their downfall.
I hope not. I love them. So episode 3 picks up where we left off, straight up with Mommy on the phone talking to Monica. They end up going out into the neighborhood and it's like snowing slightly and they're talking in person and about Mommy being like, yeah, I wanted to tell you sooner, but I didn't find the right time and everyone was so happy and I didn't want to let you all down, but it's at the point where you need to know.
You need to know that I'm leaving for another school.
Yep. So then the three who are not mommy kind of all get together and talk about the situation. And Cal points out that, like, hey, they're all sad, but mommy's probably just as sad as them. And if you think about the timing, she probably knew she was leaving schools when we did this whole hockey adventure and proposed that they go back next week to play hockey and wanted to do a team together.
Mm-hmm.
So you could tell that, like, this is something that meant a lot to her, and the whole thing where she's like, I like creating something together with my friends. It was probably like her sentimentally being like, a last thing I can do with my friends before we go. Yeah. So therefore, instead of just being down and sad and being like, don't go, we should just go extra hard on this hockey thing.
Let's go, hockey boys! Or hockey girls, let's go!
Monica agrees to this, so unlike the whole Hanukkah situation, she doesn't convince mommy not to leave. It's not a Kotori thing, which is good.
Well, honestly, good.
Yes.
I'm still mad about that.
Oh, yeah.
I will never not be mad about that whole situation.
Yep.
Anyway.
So, all the girls talk to mommy, and they're like, hey, Monica shared what was going on with us, but we knew that this was hard for you. It's hard for us, but it's hard for you. And we know that this hockey thing was important. So what if during this last semester that you're here, because it's winter and she's leaving at the end of the winter semester, what if this last semester we're together, we go extra hard on this hockey thing and we play a match as a team together? And mommy's like, that would be the best thing ever.
That's cute. I like
that.
Hey, Love Life, fucking take notes.
Yeah. So they all go to the rink and they tell Yoko, hey, we want to make a team. And Yoko's like, are you serious about this? I need to make sure you're serious. And the girls are like, yes. But like, as they're like having this conversation back and forth, Yoko keeps like turning around and be like so happy she can barely contain it, but like goes back and turns around and tries to be like a grown up, but she's like too happy about the girls joining.
Cute.
So it becomes more or less official that they're going to make a team temporarily to have a match before mommy leaves. And so then they all decide on their positions on the team. Mm-hmm. So Cal, which is the pink hair, she becomes the goalie because they're like, the goalie needs to be steadfast in the center of the team and reliable. And Cal's like...
And have pink hair.
And have pink hair. So you can see who it is behind all the hockey gear that the goalie has.
There you go.
So, and then the center attacks is going to be Rico. So she's going to be our main attacker. The wings, the flex on the side are Monica and Mommy, and defense is now an Aya. So there's our team. And then practice starts. So they start training really hard. They need to do a lot because none of them have ever played hockey before.
Yeah.
But they're all tired and they're working hard for their victory. So during the time that the girls are practicing, Yoko is researching and she finds a good team for them to have a matchup. So because they're not like on the Dream Monkeys, they're just like signed up with the arena. It's not like any sort of like official like bracketed higher Japan match. It's technically a practice match. So overall stakes are low except for like the girls' spirits, right?
Yeah. If these anime girls lose, they may quit and we won't have the rest of the anime.
Yes, so she's trying to find someone who would be like a good matchup enough that they feel like we're challenged, but like don't like hate hockey forever afterwards.
Yeah.
And then and then she finds someone, right? They have a name. I don't remember what the name of this team is, but all the girls were designed and had names too, so I assume they'll be characters in the mobile game. We'll see.
Who knows? These are gonna be like the R cards.
Yeah, probably.
Like the kind of shitty cards that you never use once you get the SRs and the SSR cards.
Probably.
Or the URs, because I guess if we're comparing them to Love Live, we might as well go full tilt.
So then, right before the practice match, all of the girls are in Monica's room together. Kind of in the same formation from when Monica like showed them the flyer. But this time, Mommy's like, hey, I have something to show you guys. And they're like, oh, what is it? And then she like unfolds this like blanket or this cloth she has. And on it, she had like embroidered like a Go Dream Monkeys sign on it, and like on it are like the words, the bonds of our hearts, right?
No.
And so it's like they have like their own little like victory sign, and it hangs up in Monica's room, which is cute.
Cute.
And then it's the day of the practice match.
Time.
So the opposing team comes in. They're in a chartered bus. There are a lot of them. They look at the girls in our little team, and they're like, wow, there's only 6 girls. Are they going to be like on the ice the whole time? Because normally teams are larger and they switch out.
Yeah.
So then they start. The opponent immediately scores a goal, right? Which like all of a sudden the girls are like, and so then they start getting flustered and like kind of forgetting everything they learned, you know?
Under pressure.
Under pressure. So at the end of the first period, they're 0-6. So really behind.
Ooh, yeah.
So Yoko talks to them and is like, don't forget your training, go all out, it's okay, you'll be fine, just remember what you learned. So they do slightly better, right? So the opponent only scores 1 against them second quarter, but they don't score, so they're 0-7. But at the end, right before third period, I say quarter, sorry. I do not come from hockey. What's
hockey? Hey, Sarah, quick question. What's hockey?
What's hockey? Excuse me, what's a hockey?
What's a hockey?
A hockey's the one where the iDOL girls dance out at the end, but there's horses in the real world.
Oh, interesting. So at the end of the hockey match, the horses dance?
The horses dance on the ice.
Huh. I feel like I should have heard about this. Is that what people, like, I know I always hear about people, like, betting on horse races. Do they bet, like, are the horses that dance after the hockey game, are they just, like, do you bet on who's gonna dance the fastest?
No, you do not bet on the horses, and you do not lead the horses. That is illegal.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I don't know what I expected.
That's an Uma Musume joke.
If you want to hear about that, listen to our Uma Musume episode. That's www. For real though, there's a link on our website.
There is a link on our website.
idoldays.card.co. That's card with 2 R's.
So, right before third period, Monica like gets them all in a circle, and they're like, "Hey, don't give up. We're here because we want to like show our teamwork, and we want to do what Mommy said, and we just want to make something together. We want to make something special together."
And even if our something special is us losing amazingly badly at hockey, then by God damn it, let's make some fucking memories. Let's go.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's like, it doesn't matter if we lose. It's more about let's having the memories.
We're getting experience points. It's fine.
Yes. So in the end, the Mommy and Monica like have some like internal monologue about how much the other person means to them. Because at this point they're dating, in Sarah's opinion. Right?
Okay, well, yeah, in Sarah's opinion, I can believe.
Yep, they're dating. So they're thinking about how much they each mean to each other, and they like keep passing the puck back and forth, and then they score. So they do lose 1-9, but they're all happy at the end, and like...
Oh, so wait. This love conversation is happening in game?
In the match. No, it's in their heads. They're speaking it with their souls.
Amazing. like bullet time, just
yes.
like...
Honestly, it's pretty fun too. So a lot of like internal monologue, when people are having internal monologue on the ice.
Wait, sir. Monologue. Internal monologue. Cause get it? Cause the main character's name is Mana. Do you get it, listeners?
But there's a cute visual thing. So like whenever they do have internal monologue, it is, I'm going to try to pronounce it with M-A-N-A, by the way, monologue. Whenever they have internal monologue, it's usually at the same time, like someone passes the puck and then we cut to the next person's internal monologue. It's like very cute.
Oh, I like that.
It's the talking puck. It's like a talking stick, but the puck.
You're only allowed to have a monologue when you're holding the puck, and time slows down so that you can have your full thought.
Yes. So they do lose, but like the team is so happy about like making the memory and making the point. Like there's like even a line where the other team's like, wait a second, did we actually win? Like who won?
They seem way happier and more anime than us.
And then we cut to Mommy leaving. She's saying
Oh.
goodbye at the train station, and notably, Monica isn't there. Apparently, she was too sad to see her off.
Coward.
So then Mommy boards her train, and she's like, yeah, I understand. Monica can't be here. I would feel the same way. I'd feel so sad. And she looks out the train window.
Is she there, like, running?
She's on her bike.
I was gonna say on the bike.
She's on her bike in the rain, and they're just calling out each other's names.
Oh, that's gay as
She's
hell.
like, Mommy, Monica, Mommy, Monica, right? And then, like, in their head, they're both like, or I don't even know if it's in head. I think Monica screams out loud, like, we're always connected even if we're apart. It's
Where
like,
is she? Question: Where is she transferring to?
oh
Like,
gosh.
how far away is she moving?
I don't think she's even going that far because she mentions later, like, showing them around Tokyo, so she might only be like an hour away. But it's emotional, okay?
I'm gonna look this up and compare this. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like there's like a super direct route there via Shinkansen, but yeah, so I'm just looking at this. It looks like Nico is maybe even a little bit closer to Tokyo than Shizuoka is.
Mhm.
And Shizuoka, you can get on a single bullet train and be at Tokyo in an hour. She's not even that fucking far away.
Yeah.
I guess it's further than, like, being in the same area as your friend, but, I mean...
Yeah, and it's also hard, like, when you're in high school and it's not like you have an income, so...
Yeah.
It's harder to see people.
Yeah, so I would imagine that would probably be, like, a 3-hour normal train, which is usually much cheaper than the Shinkansen. The Shinkansen tickets are fucking expensive.
And then we cut and it's spring, and Yoko, our coach, gets a call from her friend who apparently is the coach of the team Snow White.
Oh.
Like, they have a mysterious conversation, right? And then same train station as before, but now it's spring. Off steps Yu. She's like, comes off the train.
Mysterious transfer student!
Mysterious transfer student.
Oh, shit.
Episode 4. Because it's spring, all of the girls except Aya, who's a year younger than all of them because she's a little sister, are now in high school. They're not in junior high anymore. Also at the school is this mysterious transfer student, of course.
Mysterious
I guess and she's not a transfer student because, like, they just started high school, but, you know.
Mysterious transfer student.
They go back to the arena, and Yoko asks all of them, like, hey, do you want to be official members of the Dream Monkeys now that most of you are in high school and it's not as weird for me to ask? And they're all like, yeah, we've been talking about, like, how to get into the official team. And Yoko, meanwhile, is doing the same thing where she, like, acts like a doll in front of the kids, but, like, turns her head and her eyes are full of tears because she's so happy.
Amazing.
But they learn to officially join. There is a physical and a written test that they have to pass. The written test is mostly just like hockey rules, right? And the physical test is a little more mysterious. They know they have to do a lot of exercises, and it ends with them having to do 100 laps around the arena.
Oh.
So a lot of skating. And then we cut to Yu.
Mysterious transfer student.
So she is at her grandma's house, you learn, in Nikko. And she's just, like, around doing domestic things, right? Like helping her grandma cook donuts. But then we get a flashback to what happened, like, back when she was angry and upset. And what happened is she was with the team Snow White. And her team actually just won a game, right? Snow White won her game. But she is furious. She, like, starts berating her members, being like, we did all of this wrong, we did this wrong, we did this wrong, you did this wrong. And the team's like, yo, chill out. We won. It's not a big deal. But then she starts, like, being like, yeah, we won, but we didn't win the right way. We won the wrong way, and gets all upset, right?
Oh.
So then that's when you see the scene of her storming out, and her coach approaches her. And she's like, hey, coach, I quit. And the coach is like, are you sure hockey's, like, really important to you? And she's like, yeah, I've already decided I'm going to go live with my grandma and Nico, and I'm never going to do hockey ever again, ever.
Oh, she's gonna do hockey again, though.
I think she's going to do hockey again.
If she's in the OP, then she's gonna do hockey again. I love how just, like, the OP for anime sometimes can just be so full of fucking spoilers.
Oh, so bad.
Like, I just remember the Love Live anime, like, original Muse Love Live. You knew that the third years were gonna be in the idol group eventually, because they're in the fucking opening.
Yeah, like, they're antagonistic most of the anime, but you know they'll come around because they're in the OP.
They're in the fucking OP. It's one of the reasons why, like, I always appreciate it when shows just kind of, like, tweak the OP a little bit, like, as the series goes on, so it's not quite so spoilery.
Like our K-On! Episode that will come out eventually.
Yeah, K-On! Was one that did that.
Yes.
Because, they didn't have Azusa,
no,
like, in
they
the
add
opening
her
until she eventually, like, joins the band later, and I appreciated that, because then there's, like, multiple versions of the opening, and it's cool because you can, like, kind of look and compare, and it's neat.
Yeah. Just gotta have that budget and time.
Yeah, it's fair.
So this is also where you learn that the Snow White coach, so Yu's former coach, and Yoko were former team members, so that's how they know each other. Mm-hmm. And also Yoko, because that mysterious phone call was her learning from the Snow White coach that Yu is in Nico. And Snow White's coach is like, hey, like, I guess the other thing to mention is that Yu was like the star of the team back then. Like she was the best member of the team, and she was like MVP multiple years in a row and won all these individual awards, right?
And so the coach of the old team is just like, hey, my star player is in your territory now, go get her.
Yeah, she's basically like, don't let her quit hockey. Like don't let her quit. She wants to quit, but don't let her. And also they're like friends, so it's not like a hey, don't snipe my teammate. It's more of like, take care of this girl, please.
Take care of this bean. She's got a troubled past, but she's got a good heart under there, and also she's really good at hockey. Let's go.
Yeah. And then Yoko is all like, heck yeah, I'll help this girl. Also, she's really good, so maybe she'll get us into A rink. And that's when you learn that there are like 2 brackets in this like high school girls hockey thing in Japan, where there's like the A group and the B group, and the A group are like the super intense hard hockey players, and the B group are like the less intense hockey players. But teams can move from A to B, and then once they move, there's like brackets at the end of the year, and that's like the All Japan Championships, like what we saw at the beginning, right?
Gotcha.
After that little U segment, we do cut back to our main cast of girls, minus Mommy, because she's gone now. F in the chats for Mommy.
Fucking rip.
So all of the girls are working hard to like prepare for the exams, right? So Monica specifically has a little bit trouble with the written stuff because she is the main character with 1 brain cell.
She has to share it with all the Love Live girls. They have to pass it around.
They do. And Aya specifically, if you remember back in episode 2, she was the one who struggled the most with stamina on the ice. She is still struggling.
The little sister is physically weak. Who would have thought?
Yeah. So when she is like, when they're all like doing like the racing or doing laps, Aya starts lagging behind to the point where like she's like huffing it and like everyone else is like lapping her. And so she starts feeling really bad. And she starts talking to the other teammates, being like, it's okay if I'm the only one who fails. I'll still support you. It's all right.
Oh, heckin' rip.
And then all the other girls are like, no, we're going to do this together. Like, it's all of us or none of us. We're doing it because we like each other and we like playing with each other. So then, like, all of them start, like, training her a little bit more, like, positive encouragement. So, like, if she's struggling, they're like, Aya, you can do it. Or, like, Aya, 1 more lap. You got this. Like, very happy calling her out, but in a good way. And Yoko even, like, looks at all this happening. And she's like, yeah, I'm really glad that, like, Aya's not losing heart about the fact that she's physically smaller than all of them because she's a year younger.
She's a baby.
Which is it's a big deal between, like, junior high and high school. 1 year makes a big difference.
Yeah. Because that's in your peak puberty times.
When
you gotta put things on that muscle.
Yeah, a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old could be very different physical strengths. And then Yoko's also really happy that the other girls are encouraging Aya and not getting frustrated at her, which is good.
Yeah, good teamwork. Go girls.
And then after their practice, the senpais walk in. So this is the rest of the Dream Monkey team. And these girls, I know they have names because I've seen lists. I don't think most of them are even, like, named in the anime.
Oh boy.
But there are 6 more girls, and they are the girls who are already on the Dream Monkeys high school group or whatever. They are already in rank B. They've already been doing matches, so these girls have experience. But they're also still like high schoolers, right? So they're senpais, but they're not like adults. And they start coming in, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are the newbies. You're so cute. We love you so much. Thank you for like wanting to join." And they start like telling all the girls the specifics of what to expect at the tryouts, right? So it makes them less scared, which is cute. And they're also like, "We're so excited to be on the same team as you." Just cute things.
Cute, cute, cute. We love our anime girls getting along. What could possibly happen?
And then we get another training montage. There are a lot of training montages because this is a sports anime and also an idol anime, both of which have training montages. So then it's time for tryouts. Written test is first, and they all pass, so that's good.
Easy peasy.
Monica's the only one who was worried and everyone's like, "Why are you worried? You should know how hockey works by now." And then it's the skills test, and the skills test, they all do good. But last is the 100 laps, right? So at the beginning, all of them are doing good, but then towards the end, Aya starts falling behind further and further, right? But then it gets really cute. So like right at the end, almost all the other girls have almost finished their 100 laps. But Aya still has like another like 2 laps to go or something. So all the girls stop before they go to the finish line and just stand on the edge, and they start cheering her on. And then when Aya gets to the point where she's like at her 100 laps, they like go over the finish line, all of them together.
Oh, they pulled a Cars ending. I know you haven't seen Cars. That's why I'm making the reference, Sarah.
Do you know this? Because we talked about Cars in our podcast. I forgot if that was out or in podcast.
We did not talk about Cars on our podcast. We talked about Cars when I came to visit you for AWA, and we had a conversation about how Disney Pixar's Cars is basically a Hallmark Christmas movie, but without the Christmas part taken out. And then you said you'd never seen Cars before, and I made it my personal life's mission to reference Cars around you as much as possible.
Okay, I'm relieved because I was really worried we've talked about Cars in Idol days before.
We have now. You are not allowed to edit this out. I'm shaming Sarah publicly on our podcast that has so many listeners for never having seen Disney Pixar's Cars before.
I don't know if that's shameful. It's not watching Cars shameful.
Hey, Sarah,
Okay.
guess what? Fuck you. Ka-chow.
Uh-oh.
Lightning McQueen. Other car reference.
Get her done? Isn't he in there?
Yeah, you did it! You did it, Sarah! Congratulations! You made a car.
I made a car.
It go
And
vroom.
not only is Cars a Hallmark movie, it is also an Idol sports anime.
You know it is...
Are there singing in Cars?
Well, I mean, there is that one song by that one guy who's not a car, but he is a country singer. Life is a highway!
Wait, he sings in it? Like he's...
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but there is like a pop song in the middle of a travel montage towards the beginning of the movie.
Oh, okay. I was hoping that there was a little car with a microphone.
You're going my way. I want to drive it. Oh, listen, I was maybe a little bit into that song when that movie first came out.
Incredible. End of episode, we cut, and we see a scene where Yoko is outside of Yu's house, calling for her to come out. This is actually something I didn't mention, is like during the whole episode, you have like little cut-ins of you like getting a phone call from Yoko and being like, this is a weird number, I'm gonna block it.
I mean, honestly, fair.
So now Yoko is there. She's like, hey, come out.
What's up, babe? Come join my hockey team. Does she have like a boombox and she's holding it over her head?
No, she's just loud. She doesn't need a boombox.
She is me, Sarah.
I love her.
I'm the human megaphone. I talk so loud.
Next episode starts where we left off, episode 5. So Yoko has made her way into the house, right?
Oh?
Because Yu's grandma was also there and was like, oh, sweetie, come on in, right?
Hello, random stranger off the street who's screaming for my granddaughter. Come inside of my home.
And they all, like, eat the donuts that Yu was making with her grandma, and Yoko explains herself, being like, Yu's old coach is my old friend, and I wanted to help her out by talking to Yu and convincing her to do hockey again, right? And Yu's like pretty like standoffish, and at the end she's like, I quit hockey, don't come back, right? But Yoko like gives a meaningful look at her and is like, I see all your awards there. I see how you talk about hockey, even though you say you're quitting. I know you're not going to quit hockey. I know you love hockey, right?
I'm psychoanalyzing you based on the contents of your home and also what I have previously heard about you. Join my hockey team!
Join my hockey team! And then we're back to our main group of girls. Because they all passed their tests, they get their official uniforms. Because they're getting their official uniforms, they can pick which number they want to be, right? They could be any number as long as it's not taken. And guess what Monica, our main character center girl, picks?
Please say 69.
No, I wish, but she's number 01.
The love lives.
The love lives. And then there's also a conversation with Yoko and Sato, and Sato's like, oh, you're back already. Did you give up on trying to recruit you? And Yoko's like, no, she'll come. I planted the seed, right?
Don't say that. Don't say it like that.
But here's the deal. When she says she planted the seed, it wasn't a seed of thought, because you immediately find out that she left like a fancy pen at Yu's house on purpose.
And so now she has to go return.
Yeah. And Yu's grandma is like, oh, you should return the nice lady's pen. And Yu's like, well, okay, fine. So the seed was the pen to return. And then there's like this whole plot where like Yoko's like, hey, Sato, go outside and like convince her to go inside the rink. Because as soon as she sees the girls doing their hockey practice, I'm sure she'll change her mind, right? So it's just like a little weird scene of Sato being like, oh, hey, yep, this is a hockey rink. I've never been here before. And then like more and more is like, oh, yeah, here's where you go. And then like, oh, and I'm the assistant coach. And she's just like not buying it, right?
No, who would?
No. But he successfully lures the child into the ice hockey rink.
Totally not sus at all.
Nope. And she sees the other girls skating. They all notice you looking on. Rico specifically points out like, hey, I'm pretty sure that's you from Snow White, because Rico is in the hockey scene because of her dad. And she tells
this is the Rin lookalike?
Yes.
Rin Love Live lookalike?
The sportsy one. So all of the girls are like, well, what's she doing here, right? But then Monica is like, I'm just gonna go over and say hi. Because
sure,
of course.
You are orange perky leader.
Yep.
You go.
So she skates over to her new girlfriend and she's like, hey, do you want to skate with us? And she's like, and Yu's like, why would I want to skate with you? And Monica's like, because it's fun. Right?
Pure. So pure.
So pure. And then Yu starts turning to leave, right? But Yoko like blocks her and is like, hey, I have an idea. I
have a proposal.
What if you like do a little gamble with me? You can make 5 shots against one of our girls, right? 5 hockey shots. And if they block one of them, you have to join our team. What do you think? Right? And she's like,
high stakes.
And she's like, why would I do that? That's like, I didn't agree to anything. And seems like there's no benefit to me, right? But Yoko's like, well, you are looking all haughty over there like you're better than these girls. So if you really think you're better than them, prove it, right? Which, like, I guess, sure. So
sure.
Yu ends up going on the ice anyways, right? Like, doesn't even put on uniform. Is just there with the puck. And instead of Kao being the goalie, which she normally is, Monica volunteers to be goalie. And they're all like, Monica, why do you want to do this? This is like, you know... We would love to have this girl on the team. Should we get Cal? But Monica's like, but it would be so much fun. And they're all like, sure.
And that's my future girlfriend.
It's my girl. I am in love.
Already.
So Monica sucks as a goalie because she's never been a goalie.
Yeah, no shit.
And the first 5 go in very easily, right? And then right before Yu is about to like swing to put the 6th in the goal, Mana like suddenly like shouts out, it's not over yet, this is so much fun, which like throws you off. She's like, what the fuck did you just say? And completely misses.
What the fuck did you just say, you little shit? I'll have you know that I am a veteran ice hockey player.
I mean, so then Monica is all excited because, like, the puck ricocheted off the thing. So she's like, I did it, I won. Like, she didn't technically block it, but whatever.
But it did not go in the hole, so that means you have to be my girlfriend. I mean, join the hockey team.
I mean, it basically is. So Monica, like, goes and runs over to you and gives her a hug and is like, you're so strong, you're so good, I'm so excited you're gonna join our team. You can't go back on your promise, you have to join us, right?
Oh my god, this is a great way to recruit teammates. And definitely won't have any lasting consequences.
Yes, but Yu's, like, actually all sparkle-eyed now since she's like, I guess. So, like, it's kind of more the idea that Monica being, like, having fun and getting excited every time she says something like that, like, there's, like, the close-up on Yu's eyes, like, becoming less, like, desaturated, more sparkly, like, oh, you can have fun? That's allowed, question mark?
Ah, yes, the AKB0048 response.
Yes, you can become hockey.
You can become hockey. One with the puck.
Episode 6. So, Yu is officially on the team. Monica is using, like, her main character energy to make sure everyone gets along with Yu, which is good. And Monica specifically is like, yep, now that we have you and we are a full team again, I'm so excited for us to win the All Japan tournament. And, like, all the other girls are like, what are you talking about? We're not that good. But, like,
So
Monica and you at the same time are like, it's important to aim high. And then they look at each other like, oh, we have the same thoughts.
so she's a Yui too.
Yeah.
Budokan!
So, all the other girls are like, yeah, this is a little bit of a lofty girl, but sure. So they're all practicing. They're, like, going really hard because they want to get out of Tier B into Tier A so they can do the All Japan Cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, Yoko is, like, very encouraged by, like, how the team's doing with you there, right? So she's also like, yeah, we'll make the All Japan tournaments, just, like, further emphasizing they're gonna go hard from now on situation.
Mm-hmm.
Also, at a point, Yu pulls Yoko aside and is like, hey, no one's really talked to me about why I quit Snow White. Like, is it because they think I'm, like, an angry person and they don't want to make me mad? But Yoko's like, nah, they probably just don't think it's relevant. They're just happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Yu's, like, kind of surprised that the teammates, like, actually like her at this point. I think that's the main point of all of this, is that she's used to not being liked by her teammates, right?
Aw.
And then after practice, like, further emphasizing the team is a friendship thing and this is different than her last team, Monica, like, invites Yu to come back to the Ryokon with all of them, right?
Uh-huh.
And when they get there, Yu's grandma and Monica's grandma are just, like, hanging out and chatting up, right?
Grandma friendship!
They used to be ex-girlfriends in Sarah's opinion. So they used to be besties.
Okay.
Grandma girlfriends, hear me out. So then Monica's like, you know what? Like, even though all of us were childhood friends, this is deeper than that. Our friendship is like a fate from our past life.
Preordained hockey friendship.
And, like, she's just going on and on about how, like, they were meant to meet each other and this is, like, written in the stars. And, like, all the other girls are just looking on like, okay.
Okay.
I guess they're married now. But this is the first time at Monica's house, so they all go into Monica's room and the, like, big sign that Mommy made was there. Mm-hmm. And they all talk about how they're like a team now, so they have to come up with a team slogan. And Monica's like, you can come up with it because Yu's the best. I love you, right? And so Yu's like, what about the bonds of our hearts? And they're like, where did you get that from? And Yu points to the sign that Mommy made.
Oh.
So it's like she got it from Mommy's sign.
Oh.
So Monica's like, I love that. And then they're like, they add on the line, the bonds of our hearts connect the puck. So one person would say the bonds of the hearts and the other person says connect the puck.
Oh.
They're all happy too because it's like Mommy's there even though she's not.
Oh. This is actually really cute.
It's so cute.
It's actually really, really cute.
And then they start telling you about Mommy, how, like, she's the one who convinced them to go back for, like, the second round of hockey, and that's the only reason why they're playing now. And then Monica's like, yeah, and part of the reason why I really want to win All Japan is I guess you find out that Mommy's new school, or, like, her new ice arena, because she's still doing hockey, is like, I mean, they're in the Tokyo area, so they're like tier A. And Monica really wants to get to tier A so she could face mommy on the ice one day, which is cute too. And then like there's another like a little scene where you could tell that you was like excited or like surprised maybe about like how close the girls are, you know? Because you do see a lot of cut-ins of her old team where everyone was like arguing, and then this is completely different.
Yeah.
Then at practice, girls learn that they're going to have another practice match against another team. And Yoko's like, you guys gotta do good because it'll be local. Also, one of like the coach is like this guy that like I guess now and Yoko like really like this coach. Because I guess he used to be a former hockey star, and he's like, yeah, he's so handsome and he's so talented. We have to show off for him, right?
Sure.
And because the coach is here and it's a home game, they have to do really good so they can do their thing at the end. And all the girls are like, what thing at the end?
Oh, here
and
it comes.
Yoko's like, the victory dance.
There it is.
And then all the girls are like, wait, hold on, are we in an idol show?
What episode are we on now?
Oh, we are like halfway through. We're on episode 6.
And they're just now finding out about the idol thing.
They did not know it existed. And they're like, wait a second. Those stretches that seemed like dancing, they were dancing.
Are we idols now?
Yup. They're idols now.
Dun dun dun. They're playing the long game.
Yes.
Not being idols until episode 6.
Yup. I mean, there was a weird like flash forward in episode 1, so we have more idols now.
True.
So it's the day of the match. You get some of like more reoccurring like side characters, one of which is like the supply owner of a hockey shop. I guess he's in charge of their fan club. So you get like some people in the stands. So like as you go on, every time you get like a match or like a social engagement, there's more and more of the fans there. So it's like you see them grow a little bit.
Cute, cute, cute.
Before they start, Yu is like super serious, right? So like the last few days she's been kind of in the like, oh, people can be friends mode, but now that it's hockey game time, she's like serious again, right? So first period they go 1-1, right? So pretty evenly matched. And Yu comes up and she's like, hey, we're evenly matched, but I have an idea, just let me take care of everything. Right? And the other girls are like, we can help you too. You can pass to us. We can also score. And Yu's like, no, I'll take care of all of it. That's our new plan, right? So Rico starts pushing back, like we should work as a team. But Monica's like, well, Yu has a good idea and she's smart. So let's do what Yu wants, at least for this period, and see how it goes. And Yu's kind of shocked, like, I'm not used to people thinking that I can make plans either.
Oh, seems like her old team just
sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. They go on the ice and she's like super aggressive. Yu's super aggressive. And at some point she gets a penalty for elbowing her opponent. Because fact, I didn't realize this. All women's hockey, it's actually a penalty to do body checks.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, which I didn't know because it's very different than...
Yeah, no, I feel like there's probably a sexist reason for that.
Oh, probably.
That's a sexism right there.
Yeah, but it's probably for the best with our idol show, honestly.
I mean, listen, yes.
How are they going to have a happy egao for producer if they don't have teeth? Just saying. So she gets a penalty, so she has to be in the box for a while. After she's boxed, she goes like and gets a drink of water, and she runs into the opposing team's coach, who's like, you're so worked up and it doesn't seem like you know that hockey's a team sport. You should really swallow your pride, right?
Ooh. I'm guessing she doesn't take that well.
Well, she starts berating herself. She's like, stupid you. This is why your other team hated you. This is why you don't have any friends. I bet your team hates you already. This is the worst, right?
Psychoanalyzing these anime girls.
So then she returns to her team, right? Because her penalty period's over. And she's like, hey guys, I suck. I'm sorry. I'll quit as soon as you want me to. But Monica's like, what are you talking about? this is great. This is our first real match. It's okay that we're falling behind. And Yu's like, what?
Nani?
She's like, yeah, but, maybe let's come up with another plan because your plan didn't really pan out, but we can take some of what you did and we could do something else. And they start collaborating on their strategy, which is cute. So it's not like Yu's dismissed, but it's also like they combine their things and it's not just you alone. And then they go into the next period and they do the thing where like Yu has the puck, but then in her head she says the bonds of our hearts, and then she passes it to Monica, and Monica's like connect the puck, and then she scores. So it's like their teamwork did good.
Cute. Teamwork makes the dream work.
But at the end, they do lose. They're 2-3.
Yeah, well.
Everyone is bummed. Yu apologizes and is like, I lost because I got too hot-headed in the middle. But they're like, hey, you, like, the thing is, we're doing hockey because we like it, and we like you. So, like, don't sweat it. We okay.
We good. And
then Yoko's like, hey, I know you guys lost, but it's time for the victory dance.
What?
So they do the victory dance even though they lost.
But then it's not a victory dance. They lost.
No, Yoko just wants them to dance. Like I said, she's like the president from Wake Up Girls. She'll do whatever it takes. So then we get the performance is called Period. They're wearing like these black goth dresses. It's about like the period of hope, right? Because again, everything is connected to hockey with these girls. And there's a lot of like Monica and Yu duets. So like this is the ship song, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Episode 7.
Let's go.
It's summer. You know what that means, Star.
Beach episode?
Beach episode!
Let's go!
So all the girls are at the rink and they're all talking about like what should we do during our off season? Like the rink's closed for a bit, school's off, it's summer. What do we do with our time?
Beach
and
episode.
Then Mana and Aya's grandma gets a phone call and she's like, hey, my friend who owns a hotel in Okinawa is looking for some extra help this summer. Would you and your friends be interested? And they're all like, yes, let's go to Okinawa.
Let's go! Beach episode!
Woo! Before all of this, I should have mentioned, you do get a little section where Yoko's talking to all the girls, like at the season wrap-up, being like, you fixed this, you improved at this, all of you guys are doing really good, I'm proud of you, but even though it's summer, you can't slack off. I need you guys to be doing exercises every day, keep your bodies trained, and then you'll be ready for the Japan B bracket tournament when you come back, right? But specifically, as all the girls are leaving, she calls over Kao, and she's like, hey, Kao, I know I didn't give you a very specific thing to improve on, because what I would like you to improve on is less physical and more social. The goalie is usually the heart of the team, the person like calling out shots and making sure their team knows what's going on and cheering them on. And you're kind of quiet. And it'd be really helpful if you were someone who was a little bit more outspoken and louder for your team. And then Kao, who was always like the kind of passive, like, yep, that's fine, whatever, is like, oh no, I suck.
Oh no, have to do things? Oh.
Specifically, the Yoko's like, the thing you need to work on is communicating well, is your communication. And Kao's like, how do communicate? What are words?
Don't know how to talk to girls.
No. And specifically, she starts wondering if like she needs to like say something specifically lofty or something hockey-y that she doesn't have knowledge of, right? But anyway, all the girls are in Okinawa. Kao is kind of spacey the whole time because she's thinking back on this conversation, right? But all the other girls are cheerful. They go to the beach. They get all excited. they jump in the water immediately sort of thing, like before they even get to the resort. We get a lot of montages of them doing work, so like cleaning the resort pool, and then also training, so you see them like doing crunches and sit-ups, and then also just having fun at the beach. Basically, this episode is a lot of slice of life in the middle, so I loved it.
Of course you did.
Beach episode slice of life. But towards the end, they decide like, oh, you know, it'd be really fun as if we played beach volleyball, right? So they divide into teams, and team 1 is Kao, Aya, and Mana, right? And the other team is Rico, Now, and you. And Cal the whole time is still thinking about the whole, I need to communicate better, I need to call out and help my team, right? So she's just like completely spacing out. And at a point she like bumps into Aya, who falls, and she's like, oh no, it's because I didn't tell Aya where it was going. I suck, this is the worst. And then she kind of runs off.
Whoa.
Right? Because she's like taking this beach volleyball thing as a symbol of the bigger problem. And then Mana and the others run up to her and they're like, hey, Cow, are you okay? And she's just like, no, I can't, I'm bad at speaking up and I'm bad at communicating, and that's why we're losing. And Mana's like, it's just beach volleyball. But Cal's like, no, I mean like in hockey, right?
No, it's a metaphor for the big picture.
There's a bigger picture here. And then Mana kind of starts talking to her, and she's like, you know, Cal, we're childhood friends. And like, you were the person who always followed behind me and Aya, right? And so there's some like flashbacks of when they were little, like climbing a tree, and Cal would stay on the bottom and go up last. And she's like, during that whole time, you were always really quiet, but like just your presence being there felt like a stable pillar for me. And so you being a goalie and being behind our team, it feels the same way. Like, we know you're there, and I can feel what you're saying in your heart because I've known you so long. So all you got to do is say exactly what you're thinking. You don't have to come up with anything special. And then Cal's like, I just have to say what I'm thinking. And Mana's like, yep, that's it. I know you have those thoughts in you.
You just gotta open your mouth when they happen.
Yep. So Cal's like surprised that she doesn't have to come up with anything more than like what she would normally say. So they go back to do beach volleyball, and there's the comment by, I think it was Now says it, that Cow's awakened, where you awaken the cow, where she like, she's like, pass, or she's like, you got this, or like, spike, which is just like, you know, the one word thing that she's thinking, but it helps her team.
Aw, cute.
Yeah. And at the end of the episode, you see Mommy reading a text from Mana about how their training camp went. They call this whole thing their training camp. It's just cute.
Cute.
And then Mommy says, hey, let's work hard so we can see each other in the All Japan tournament. So it seems like Mommy's doing good too.
Aw, yay.
Next episode. So back at practice, Cow, you can already tell she's showing her confidence. She's doing the thing with like the one word call outs, but it's enough that it's like coordinating the team. So she's doing good. And then Yoko gets a call from the TV station, and apparently they want to come back and film the girls because they heard the girls are still there and show their progress on their TV show.
Oh, yay.
Also, in addition to all of this, the Tier B championships are only a month away, so all of them are like training really hard during all of this, right? So the film crew specifically will be filming their first match of the Tier B season. So it's a big stakes match, right? During all of this, you also hear more news that Snow White, Yu's former team, has dropped from Class A to Class B. So they're in the same bracket as Snow White. But they have a new player on their team from Canada named Maya Walker, who has replaced Yu and is apparently like destroying everyone else.
Oh no.
Because she is so talented.
Oh.
And then we cut to what's going on with Snow White. And we see one of the Snow White team members who we have seen like glimpses of before in Yu's flashbacks, but now we see in person, and she looks like Rico Love Live if Rico had her hair tied back, like straight up.
Hi, Rico Love Live. Seriously?
She looks like Rico Love Live if her hair was pulled back in a bun.
That's fucking like that. Same fucking bangs. Same fucking bag. I have an acrylic stand. Like it's not like a standee, but it's like a phone little stand that I keep on my desk because I wanted it in an arcade that has Rico Love Live on it, and I'm literally like I use it to hold up my phone when I'm streaming, and this is the same fucking character.
Here's my idol Illuminati theory.
Go on.
At some point before Rico became an idol, she was in hockey and playing piano. And part of the reason why she like eventually turned over to this idol thing is because she saw the Dream Monkeys doing their idol dances on the rink.
Oh, okay. Alternate theory. So Rico Love Live has like this one little strand of hair that hangs in her face, just like one little like itty bitty bang, and hers goes to the right, and this other girl, what did you say her name was?
Ari.
It goes in the other direction.
Uh-oh.
So a rebuttal for you, evil twins.
Evil twins, or like in Udapri, the guy with the glasses that come on and off. Whenever she parts her hair in a different way, she goes from sports to piano.
Oh, Idol Illuminati confirmed.
Idol Illuminati confirmed. She is still Aries / not Rico Love Live.
Mm-hmm. We can't. There's already a character named Rico. Oh, is this what you meant when you said it was going to get more complicated? Oh, no!
Because I was, like, looking at her, I'm like, that's Rico. It's just Rico. And I'm like, wait, there's already a Rico.
That's Rico Love Life, but there's already Rico. What the fuck?
So, Ari, Rico's dark twin...
The left bangs personality.
Like, confronts the coach and is like, hey, I heard that you is in the Dream Monkeys. Is it because of you? Like, are you the one who convinced her to go back to hockey? And the coach is like, yeah, I couldn't let her quit. And Ari's like, hey, thank you. I know that it's a sacrifice for the team, but I'm really glad she didn't quit either. So you're like, oh, there's a connection between this girl and you, even though you don't know much about her yet. So back with the Dream Monkeys, it is time for filming their training before their big match. Their fan club guy comes in and he shows that he bought like a bunch of happy coats and noisemakers for their fans. So like they have a whole section now, which is cute.
Ow.
The film crew, while they're filming, are incredibly like impressed by how much improvement the girls have made because it's only been like half a year at this point. And all the girls do really good on their interviews with the phone call or with the film crew, except for Now. So Now specifically is really shy and struggles to talk, right? Mm-hmm. In addition, Now is having a little bit of trouble at practice where she's on defense, but she has trouble being really aggressive. So she keeps getting called out by Yoko, who's like, you gotta be a little more aggressive. You gotta be more in their face. You gotta stop the people from getting the puck, right? And during the training practice, it's usually like the Kohais facing the Senpais. So our main group facing the more experienced Dream Monkeys. But in matches, like they switch out between periods, right? Mm-hmm. So, Now is kind of feeling down. Like I haven't been doing good enough. I can't apply pressure. And Rico notices this and is like, hey, Now, why don't we do some extra practice and we go 1-to-1, right? Mm-hmm. Now is still having trouble. And she's like, I just don't got this. Like, I can't be aggressive like this. And you're like beasting me in this 1-to-1 because you always beat me in everything sports. And I'm just not that good, right? Mm-hmm. But Rico's like, hey, that's not true. I've seen you figure skating, and one of the reasons why I didn't just quit in hockey and join figure skating is because I didn't think I could figure skate like you. And that's something sporty that you're better at than me. Mm-hmm. And also, in addition to that, maybe you could just like find a way to be aggressive that isn't physical because your figure skating gives you an advantage on being able to like maneuver your feet a lot, right?
Yeah. Also, maybe you could just start screaming obscenities at the other team. That's aggressive.
Yep.
And then throw them off their rhythm. Now I've thrown them off their rhythm.
Just a little body check now.
Just a little bit.
Then the conversation gets a little more deeper where they stop talking less about like physical being able to be aggressive and go for things, where now it's like, but like, I'm not even aggressive in my life. Like every time I try something, I just quit halfway. Like with the first time we did hockey, I just gave up because I fell one time. And when I did ice skating, I said it's because the coach didn't want me because I couldn't land a jump. But the truth is because I got pushed and now I have this trauma about being aggressive. So it's even worse, right?
There it is. The trauma.
And then Rico's like, wait a second, you got pushed. And now it's like, yeah, and it was scary and I don't want to have contact. And then Rico says, well, if you get pushed or something happens again, this time...
I'll kick their ass.
But also, when you were figure skating, you were doing it alone. But this time, I'm there and I'll be behind you and I'll catch you when you fall. I've got your back.
Gay.
And then on top of that, she's like, and... remember now, like, I came back to hockey because of you. Like, I only wanted this because I wanted to hang out with you. And you inspire me, and your footwork is so good, and I knew you'd be good with it, and you're okay. So then they go back to doing the one-on-one, and now ends up, like, outmaneuvering Rico just because of her speed and footwork. So they do really good.
Got them fancy feats.
Got them fancy feats. There's a point where, like, they lean in really close to each other and touch foreheads, which is always so cute.
And Sarah goes wild.
And then at the very end, like, because they were practicing after their normal practice. So now starts to get faint from fatigue and, like, her knees start buckling and she trips a little bit. But then, like, Rico, like, Princess catches her and she's like, see, I've got your back. And you're like, ooh.
Is that allowed in hockey, Princess Carrie?
And like then it pans out and you see all the other girls on the team and they're watching like up from the wings, like the fan area, and they're like, oh, we'll just be quiet and let them do their thing.
They're having a moment over there.
They're like all happy that now it's doing good though. And then it is time for the first match of the All Japan B slot. The girls go in with confidence with everything they learned, and Now is defending, and she's doing good because she has her fancy footwork.
Yeah.
But then she gets bumped really hard.
Oh no.
And she starts to fall. And then Rico dives behind her to catch her fall. And Now like stands up and she's okay, but Rico is on the ice curled up in pain.
Oh no, she's dead, heckin' rip.
So Rico died, just like Silent Suzuka. She broke her ankle and they have to shoot her out in the pasture.
Gotta put her down. You know, these hockey horses, you one leg or injury and they're done.
Yep, it's really sad.
Yep. Moment of silence.
Episode 9 starts where we left off. Rico's ankle is really swollen, and not only is she sad about not having Rico there, she's also like, I fucked up. I did this. It's my fault for not being like aggressive enough, right?
Should have shouted obscenities at the other team. God damn it.
So the senpai from the Dream Monkeys fills in for their period. So that senpai's like, yeah, I'll do the extra period. I'll be fine. So it's not exactly like it's a complete loss, but the whole team is still spacey about it, and then they're losing focus, and they end up losing a goal, so they're 0-1. Immediately after that, Now misses a pass from Monica, like completely misses it, and the coach is like,
oh no,
hey, Now, go on the bench for a bit, and switches her out with a senpai.
Ooh.
And Now keeps thinking back on what happened, like she keeps replaying falling on Rico and breaking Rico's leg or hurting Rico's leg. We don't know what happened yet. So Now goes off to the locker room being like, I need a break, I need water, right, while the period's still going. And when she walks into the locker room, Rico's there, and her leg is all wrapped up with an ice pack, and she's turned away, but she like turns to look at Now, and you could tell she's been crying because like they made it so like her nose and her cheeks are all blurry and her eyes look a little puffy, like anime girl puffy. So you're like, oh no, Rico was crying.
Oh no, baby.
And she's like, and Rico starts being like, I'm so sorry. I'm so useless. I can't help our team during this first match. But Now says like, it's not your fault. And like, she walks past Rico without completely looking at her face. But then turns around to like face her directly. And she's like, it's not your fault. And it's my turn to have your back now. Right?
Oh.
So Now goes back into the box. The period's still going on. And she's like, hey, coach, put me back in, right?
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to go.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to go. So she goes back in. The girls all circle up. And they're like, we can win this. We got this. And Now's like, I'm going to keep my promise to Rico. I'm going to have her back. I'm going to win for her so she doesn't feel guilty.
Fucking go, anime girl. Get it.
Yeah, do it for your girlfriend.
Do it for your girlfriend.
Rico comes in and she sits on the bench and watches the game. And then we have like a few like flashbacks back and forth of Now and Rico, like their childhood growing up. So from Now's perspective, when she was younger, Rico was always the person who was there, who like killed the bugs and like helped them out. And like whenever something was bad, Rico was the one who stepped in and fixed it. But from Rico's perspective, Now was the one where, like, whenever Rico messed up, Now was the one who was like, yeah, whatever, well, it's cool, you're my friend, right? So, like, she's the one who kept their bond, and she's the one who made things fun. Specifically, she thinks back on when Now quit doing ice hockey, how she would just go and watch the hockey, or watch the figure skaters practice, and was always like, wow, Now is so talented and so pretty. And, like, all I wanted was to be on the ice with Now again, and now we can. And hockey wasn't fun without her, but now it is. And then both of them start thinking like about how hockey is fun because of the other person being on the team. And at the same time, they're like, I want to play more hockey with her. We're gonna win this, right?
Cuties.
So the idea is that they want to win the match so they can go on and play more games together. And then Now starts getting really heavy on the defense. She's doing good. She's like super determined. And then they score.
Yeah.
So you scores and they're 1-1. And they start like adjusting their strategy because the other team starts focusing on you since you's the one who scored and is the aggressor. And they do like the last minute pass to Monica with the bond of our hearts connect the puck because the other girlfriends are there too and they score. And then we cut away. So we're still in the middle of the match and we cut away. And it's just a quick shot of Snow White's rink. And they won 18-3.
Damn.
So Snow White has dominated their game.
Damn.
And they're in the locker room and we see a scene that is very similar to the one with you from earlier, where Aerie, the one who is not Rico, is upset at her team, being like, hey, we won, but like hockey is a team sport and we need to stop like relying on Maya to win, implying that the entire team is just slacking off and just relying on Maya. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, there's something going on with that team. But all the other girls are like, it's fine, Maya will take care of us.
Backside drama.
Mm-hmm. And then we cut back to our girls and his post-Dream Monkeys match. And Now and Rico are out at a little cafe having gelato. And they're saying that they were treating each other to celebrate winning. So they did win. And you also learned that Rico's foot is not broken. She probably sprained it, which means she'll have to sit out on the next game. But she should be able to join them for the last game if they make it to the last game. So that's good news. Rico thanks Now for playing hockey again, for coming back after quitting when they were little, because she has the most fun doing anything when she's with her.
iDOL.
Like, they're so cute. And Now says, hey, even if you can't get back on the ice for the next match or the next two, I'm going to play hard enough to win for both of us because we're friends.
Gay.
Gay.
It's a little gay, though.
And then at the end of the episode, Monica gets a text from Mommy because Mommy's team is coming to play in Nico. So Mommy will come back for a bit and visit.
Oh.
They're not playing the Dream Monkeys because they're in a different bracket, but she'll be back.
Back in the game.
Episode 10. So Mana and Mommy are reunited.
Friends.
They're so happy. So Mana starts like filling her in on the entire season.
Hey, I got a girlfriend while you were gone.
Immediately after she gets in, they're like, hey, let's go back to the hockey rink because hockey is their life now, basically.
Love it. Love to see it.
They even make a joke where Monica and Mommy are like, I bet like as soon as you get in there, Yoko's going to put you on the ice because she wants to see your elite ice rabbit skills because her new team is Ice Rabbits and they're like, tier A.
That's a cute name.
Yeah. And then like as soon as they get in, Yoko says exactly that. And they're like, yep, we know her. But Mommy has gotten like really good. So like all the girls like practice together with Mommy there and it's cute. And then after practice, they go back to the Ryokon and there we see you and Mommy like talking to each other. And they're like, it's almost like we know each other even though we've never met because of how much Mana talks about you. Because I guess Mana talks about the one to the other person a long time.
Amazing.
It's the ex meeting the current girlfriend.
Yeah.
At some point, like all of the girls are hanging out and they're like reminiscing about like something that happened in their childhood. And Yu's like, that's probably why our team has such good teamwork, is that everyone's childhood friends. And they're like, wow, you're so observant. And Yu's like, yeah, but I guess I'm the outsider here. But then Monica's like, our grandmas are friends, so our bond transcends time. So
amazing.
Yu's not left out. And then we cut away. So I guess also this weekend, though our girls did not have a match, Snow White has a match. You don't see the match, but you learn that they win. And Aerie, not Rico, is still upset because it turns out this match, they also over-relied on Maya. And you get even more of the other girls being like, well, it's not a big deal. Maya's so good. Like, we don't have to worry that much. We don't have to train that hard. And then Aerie's like, this is not how it's supposed to be. We'll never get to back out of B to A, just being like this, just relying on one person and not working as a team. And you guys, it's not about us winning, it's about how we win. And you guys just aren't good enough, and you're not doing the right thing. And then she stops herself and she realizes that she's saying exactly what you said right before you quit.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
And she's like, I should talk to the coach about this.
I am becoming the other.
Yes. And the coach is like, hey, it means a lot that you've recognized this about yourself. You know what you should do now, right? And she's like, yeah.
I should quit and go to another prefecture, and I should join a different hockey team.
So back with the Dream Monkeys, they're still having their day with Mommy, right? Because Mommy's there for the day. Mommy is like showing off like some embroidery she did. Like she did some skate guards with little flowers on it.
Cute.
And you specifically is like, these are adorable. And Mommy's like, you can have it. It's a present. And then Mommy's like, oh no, that's so nice.
From the ex to the new girlfriend. Ooh, spacey.
And then Yu's like, oh, you're so good at embroidery. You know, just so you know, like that poster in Monica's room, it's beautiful and it inspired her catchphrase, right?
Uh-huh.
And then Mommy gets all emotional being like, oh, I'm still there, like she's still part of the friends. The bonds of our hearts connect the puck. And it's like she never left because they say her words every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, they're all hanging out in Yu's room, or not Yu's room. They're all hanging out in Monica's room. Monica and Mommy go out to get some snacks, right? And they start talking. And Mommy's like, hey, Monica, like before I came on this trip, I was actually about to quit hockey.
Oh.
Because on my team in Tokyo, our team is huge. I barely play. I'm on the bench all the time. And I'm not close with any of the other girls. And I forgot what it felt like to really enjoy hockey.
Aww.
But after playing with you guys and seeing the bond of your team, I decided I'm not going to quit anymore because I really want to continue until our teams can face off and we can be on the ice at the same time.
No.
So I'm not going to quit hockey so I can be with you guys even if we're on opposing teams, which is very cute. So the next day they go and see Mommy off. And she's like, you better win so you can make tier A so we can play each other. Make that promise, right?
Heck yeah.
And then very end of the episode, Mommy steps on the train and then you gets a phone call from Aerie.
Oh.
Next episode, episode 11, second to last.
Let's go.
So you answers the phone and Aerie is kind of flustered like, oh shit, I didn't actually practice what I was going to say when I went on the phone about this whole ordeal going on with Snow White. And all she says is like, we won't lose. And you's like, we won't lose either. And they're like, okay, bye.
And then just hang up?
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then Aerie afterwards is like sitting there with her phone being like, I didn't say what I wanted to say.
It's that phone anxiety, bruh.
Yeah. Back at the ice arena during practice, right before practice, Yoko's like, okay, everybody, let's win. The next match is soon. The match is going to be against Snow White, Yu's old team, but you got this, right? And also, the other reason why you got to win is apparently the match is going to be a home game in Nico, which means it's more important than ever that we could show off our victory dance.
Oh my god.
She hasn't forgot. Yoko is the one who does not forget this is an idol anime.
We have to remember, down at the very core, do you know what the moral of this anime is? Friendship? The bonds of a team? No. Idols.
Idols.
We have to make sure that Sarah from Idol Days podcast will watch our show and then talk about it for their podcast. It's free marketing.
It's important.
It's important.
So then we're back to practice. So all the girls are doing good. Yu comes up with new like formations and plans of attack, but now all of them involve the team. It's not just her. Even their senpais are complimenting them on their coordination, being like, you guys all did good.
Yeah, so question, what are the senpais doing during all this? Like, did they just let the juniors come in and, like, take over the whole team, basically?
Well, when you see practice, the senpais actually are practicing with them. So usually there's a lot of the girls on the ice, but, you know, you only get the cut-ins of the ones that are important.
But like, during the games, you know, like, the important games, where are the senpais?
Yeah. So, presumably, the senpais only play in quarter or period 2, which feels wild to me that you would get the newbies for the other ones, but sure.
Yeah, it feels like main character syndrome.
Yep.
These are the important ones. Get out of here, senpais. You're not even SR rarity. Get out of here.
No. Though I have a feeling in the game they're probably more important because they're not like some of them are generic anime hair colors, but like we have a pink one and we have a blue one. I'm like, you have stories, just not here.
Just not yet.
Cal pulls Yu aside and she's like, hey, are you afraid about playing your former team Snow White? And Yu's like, actually, I'm really excited because I want to show off how I can play now. And back then, I was someone who only thought about myself and only focused on myself and how I wanted the team to be. But now I've changed and I see the importance of being on a team and having fun. And I want to show my old team that.
I want to rub it in their faces that I'm a team player now.
Yeah, but then Cal's also like, well, you're saying that you being serious and gung-ho was a bad thing, but actually your seriousness and gung-ho-ness actually helped our team. And in your own way, like your own personality, it's never been a bad thing. It's been helpful, and you showing how important hockey is and how serious you are made all of us serious too. So it's like a both ways sort of situation. And Yu's like, well, you say it goes both ways, but I wouldn't have been able to open my heart up if it wasn't for Mana and all of you guys. And we need to beat Snow White to show off how important it is to work as a team. And then it's time for the Tier B finals.
Game time!
So right before finals, Monica and Aya are like staring up at Mommy's banner being like, yep, we got this. Aya specifically thanks Monica for like putting up with her even though she was like behind everyone during training. And Monica's like, well, I mean, of course I helped you. We love you. We want to encourage you. And thank you for going along with my whims and randomly joining hockey. But then Monica's like, but you know, we should really have this conversation after we win, right? And Aya's like, yeah. So they arrive at their arena. They find out all of the tickets are sold out.
Whoa.
Yoko, specifically after hearing this, is more intense than ever that they have to have a victory dance and keeps insisting it. She also tells them that, like, they have the skills. They just have to, like, show their bond and play good, and they'll win. And then
Hell yeah.
Snow White arrives, and Eri goes up to you to start talking. And just like before, Eri in her head, like, monologues all these things she's going to say to you. But when she walks up to her, she's like, let's do our best. You know, like, still too nervous to say what she really wanted to say. And then we get a montage of all the fan events going on. There's, like, a bunch of vendors, like, local, like, events, like, people doing, like, face painting. It's a very full stadium. The TV director from before is there. I guess he's the one who's broadcasting the game and is very excited and cheering on the Dream Monkeys. Then it's time for the girls to come out. They're all announced on the Jumbotron.
Oh.
There's like a very intense like animation of their name coming in and their face like showing up with like flames in the background and like idols.
Like one would do in an idol concert.
Exactly.
But I guess also in a football or maybe in a hockey.
Exactly. And then the game starts. So all the girls are immediately overwhelmed by how intense Maya from Snow White is. She's the one who's been beasting all the games. And Maya immediately scores against Cow, right?
Oh.
You, meanwhile, while this was happening, observes like her team, right? And is noticing that like her team was just like overwhelmed by Maya's speed and power. So she rehuddles and talks to them like, hey, this is what we got to do. Here's like how we combat Maya, right? Eri looks at you looking at her team and is like, you totally knows what's going on, right? You've totally already got this whole like, don't focus on one person teamwork thing. And she's probably talking to them about it. So I need to talk to my team about this shit, right?
Uh-huh.
And then right before the credits, this is something that is mentioned but not resolved. So potential hook for another season. Sato, assistant coach, points out that there's an under 18 recruiter in the stands, like ready to recruit for like the Japanese national team or something. And Sato's like, I wonder why he's here. And Yoko's like, that means some of our girls might be candidates for the All Japan under 18 girls team.
Oh, mysterious.
And last episode of this iDOL anime.
This iDOL anime.
Sports. So the match continues. Maya continues to dominate, but with their talk with you, they start finding ways to like relieve the pressure a little bit of Maya. Rico is also especially like, hey, maybe I can put more pressure on her. And now it's like, and I got your back. So they have like their whole little being able to work together now and Rico thing. Mm-hmm. And then we also get some flashbacks during the final match of the team hearing from Yoko on what the overall strategy should be. And general strategy is like teamwork, and also Snow White over relies on Maya, so take advantage of that, right? There's a point where Maya shoots to score, and Cal remembers like whenever Maya's one-on-one, she always goes between the legs, so she blocks the score, and that sets Maya off like, oh shit, they blocked me, that never happens.
Oh no, they are paying attention to my strategy. Oh shit.
That is not very Canadian accent.
Listen.
Hey.
This is one of the few accents I can do consistently. I don't even know if it's from a country, it's just villain voice.
Well, now you're getting a little French, and French could be Canadian, so that's allowed.
Okay, yeah, sure. Fix it for me.
So then Maya, because she lost the score, starts getting more aggressive, and then she body checks Aya. Aya's okay, but this means Maya's benched, right? So the girls are like, let's take advantage of this time, right?
The tank has been benched. Let's just fucking go.
Meanwhile, Snow White's in a little bit of discord, right? Because Maya's been benched. And then Eri is like, I told you guys we need to not rely on Maya. This is why, right?
Because now we're fucked. We're fucked, eh?
So Eri's basically like, look, what we got to do is we just got to like prevent you from doing anything, right? Like prevent her from like scoring. So they go back in, right? While Maya's benched. She's only benched for a certain amount of time. It's not very long. And as they play, Eri is looking around and realizes like, hey, Yu is not playing like she used to. She's not being fully aggressive. She's passing a lot more to her team. She's doing what I wanted our team to do. And then right before Yu is about to pass to Monica to score, Eri makes the realization like, oh shit, teamwork is happening here. And like blocks the pass. And you're like, oh, she knows what's going on. So nobody scores while Maya is benched. And then Maya's back on. For the most part, all during the second period, nobody scores. So they're like 1-1, like intense game, very evenly matched, right? In between periods, you and Eri finally talk. Like for realsy.
For realsies.
Eri goes up to you and is like, hey, I finally understand how you felt back then. Like you were talking to us about how winning the game isn't everything. It's about how we won. And it's because we put all the pressure on you. And we didn't focus on the rest of the team. Like, you were carrying it all, and it wasn't us, and it was our fault. And I'm sorry I didn't listen to you back then.
No.
And Yu's like, hey, you had no idea. All you wanted to do was like have fun, and I was being mean and forcing us to do good and win. I was the one who didn't trust anyone. I wasn't ever going to pass to you back then. It's not all on you either. And she's like, when I left, it wasn't me just leaving Snow White. I was planning on like quitting hockey altogether. Like it was too much pressure in general.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I'm playing against you right now is because of the Dream Monkeys and just who they are as people changed me. Right? So it's cute.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And Aries like, I can't make the same mistake. I have to go back and fix things with my team. So she goes back and talks to her team, and she tells them, hey, I'm sorry for being so forceful on not relying on Maya. And then Maya speaks up and she's like, hey, and I'm sorry that I just took all the brunt of everything because I could have asked for it too and I just ignored it. And the teammates are like, yeah, and even her coach said we should stop relying on Maya, so we shouldn't have been such assholes. So Snow White is back to being not in Discord.
Discord!
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to whoever just got war flashbacks because of one fucking word sung to a certain tune. I like that song.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Star.
Oh, it's a My Little Pony fan song.
Okay.
But it was very, very popular on, I heard it a lot on like Tumblr.
So it's not from Cars.
No. No, it's an old relic from like when Homestuck and My Little Pony were very popular at the same time on like Tumblr. But it's a very good song and I like it, so I just listened to it even though I was in neither of those fandoms. I'm just like, yeah, it's a good song.
So back with the Dream Monkeys after that conversation, Yu just goes up to her team and she's like, I'm so thankful for all of you. You make me so happy. It's very cute. And then they go back on the ice, and then each of the girls like are passing the puck back and forth, and they do the whole, when you have the puck, that's when you can have your internal monologue thing. So each of them are thinking about like their character development, like I was bad at this and then I got good at this, for each of their individual episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very end, Monica's the last one with the puck. And all she's thinking is, I am so happy right now. This is the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And I want to put all of that happy energy into the puck and score.
Cutie.
And so they all like shout out Monica's name like at the same time as she grabs the puck. And all of them are thinking in their heads, the bonds of our hearts connect the puck. And then she scores in the last second, period 3, and they win 2-1.
Yeah! Go, baby!
And they go in for a huge hug. There's like, just like, it's not even animated. It's like the still frame, like this happens and this happens. But like the very quick in succession, a bunch of stuff is happening. Like the hugs, the crowd cheering, the film crew talking to each other, the fans, like the fan club being like in their little happy coats and all excited. And because the girls won, you know what that means.
It's time for the victory dance!
Yeah, we are back in idol time, baby.
Baby, let's go!
So they sing their victory dance. This is one of the links I sent you. This one has like, they have like these cute little off the shoulder outfits that are like the Dream Monkeys colors. So they're like yellow, or they're white and orange, but they're stripes, like as if they're like little referee outfits, but not quite and super idly. It's super cute. It's all about like shooting for the goal and having unwavering resolve because hockey.
Because sport.
Because sports. The moral of the story is idols and sport.
Let's go sports.
And the end. It ends on the idol dance.
Amazing.
Yep. So overall, Yes, it probably is more of a sports anime than an idol
Probably.
anime. But it's also an idol anime, the end.
They did like 2 idol dances in the entire anime.
2 idol dances and a weird fantasy fake idol dance at the beginning. And I guess the OP.
It against the OP. This was less idols than Gekidol! This was less idols than Gekidol! Oh, how low we have stooped.
Honestly, about the same amount of idols as Uma Musume, which again is a great example.
Listen, you don't have to be idols to be an idol anime.
And I mean, they are idols, but they're also sport.
They're also sport. Our audience is gonna be mad at us. We gotta watch like a legit idol show next, or they're gonna start like leaving rude comments in the reviews. It's not even fucking idols.
Here's the secret, everyone. We do have an idol show planned. And here's my other secret. It's one of those things... If you think hard enough, you'll know what we're going to watch next episode.
You could probably, like, you could hazard a fucking guess and you'd probably get it right, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's poor Ore. Honestly, when it came out, I hadn't watched the PVs, so I didn't know it was an idol anime until I saw people being like, wait, this is an idol anime? And then I'm like, I need to watch this for the show.
Yeah, because, like, we had something else planned for this episode, like, you were gonna do a different show, and then, like, midweek last week, you messaged me and were just like, hey, I'm watching the hockey idols. And I'm like, okay.
I was like 4 episodes in, and I'm like, well, I'm this far, I might as well talk about it.
I might as well talk about that. I've been watching this anime anyway. Might as well do it for the podcast.
Yeah, they're technically idols.
Technically. Big air quotes, technically.
But also, like, I really liked it. It was really fun to watch. And it was, like, it was cute because it was one of the ways that, like, there was character development, but it felt natural in a way. It wasn't like, this incident happened and therefore we have to resolve it, right? Or it wasn't like as simple as let's just do this and you're okay. It's a little bit more of like, because of our team and our friendship, we're okay, which gets to be.
Sarah has the doki dokis.
Emotional. Also, I love Yoko. That coach is great. She's great.
She sounds great.
She's great. She's the president from Wake Up Girls if you dye her hair and make her competent.
And remove the chain smoking, I assume.
Probably. We don't see her chain smoking. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
True, but I mean, I think we can assume.
We can assume.
One would hope.
So look forward to our Pura Ore cosplay.
Amazing. So,
Star, if people want to find us on the internet, where can they find us?
We have a website. We mentioned it mid-episode, but here's this again at the end. idoldays.card.co. That's idoldays.carrd.co. That is our website. It is updated fairly regularly whenever we add new episodes, and we're coming up close to the start of our 3rd season here in a few months, which means we're going to have even more stuff on the website. And you can see like bios for me and Sarah, like all the links to find the podcast on other platforms, etc., etc. You get the idea. But we're also on social media. So Sarah, if people want to follow us, where can they go?
You can go to @IdolDaysPod. That's @IDOLDAYSPOD on Twitter and Instagram. And also on our Twitter, Instagram, and website are links to our Discord. Come hang out with us. Debate on what is or is not an idol anime and what is or is not a horse.
Or don't!
Or don't.
Listen, the last episode we ended with, send us your Gravity Falls fan fiction, and you were like, or don't. So this is me continuing that.
Incredible.
Your prompt for this week is debate with us on what is or is not a horse. Like, who the fuck was it? Like, Diogenes being like, behold a man, behold an idol anime.
Basically.
Ce n'est pas un idol anime. I don't speak French. I'm sorry if I said that wrong.
So this has been Idol Days. We've been Lady.
See you next live. Bye.